Hello, chat. I hope you're all doing well today. I hope the stream is actually live. That's an annoying thing about streaming, is you don't always know if you've actually gone live or not. Let me check quickly. No, yeah, it says I'm live. I still think it's funny that I check almost every stream, and then the one time I don't check is the time where, oh, I actually didn't go live, because the stream key changed for some reason without me knowing.
Yeah, I don't really talk in my streams because I always have my stream open in the side.
Yeah.
On the side monitor. And until it goes live for me, I usually don't say anything just to be safe.
Yeah, fair. Finally, now Kritosis has to pay attention to my communist ideology. No. No, I don't. I'm considering letting the full intro play with the music and just cutting out the music after the stream. Because the whole intro to Fallout 2 is really good. It's, as you know, very wacky and silly and unserious. So yeah, I think I'll let it play. It is such a good cutscene. I really like it. The song is really fucking good. I legitimately really like that song. And I don't know if I've, if I would have discovered it without this game. I see chat going off. You guys really liked that latest video, didn't you? Dude, the comments have been so fucking wild with that video, where people are like, Oh, it was such a silly moment when Cook Cook raped Corporal Betsy. It was such a silly moment when Boone had to kill his wife. It has been funny as fuck reading those comments. Holy shit. But yeah. That's the little intro movie to Fallout 2. Cook Cook is just a funny little man. Cook Cook is the key to all this. Because if we could get Cook Cook working, he's a funnier character than we've ever had before. It is such a shitpost. I love it. It works so well, too, because he's talking about Jar Jar. So someone who has, like, a repeating name, Cook Cook, works perfectly with that. Cook Cook is the most funny character, yeah. Oh my god. So I'm gonna go for Bloody Mess, of course. Gotta have the, over-the-top gore. I'm doing gambling so I can get rich fast. Because...
Let's go gambling.
Cree, one luck jinxed run now. I don't really want to do that. I could see how that would be fun. I want to do a normal run. A deadpan and serious Fallout wouldn't be Fallout. We need Fallout funny characters like Cook Cook and Caesar. Man, that part when Caesar talked about Hegelian dialectics was classic ML humor. Cree, will you rush power armor? No, I usually do on like any follow-up runs to my original, but for this stream, what I want to do is like a pretty normal playthrough. To just, like, play the game as it's intended, mostly. Because, leading up to releasing that video, I played about 6 hours of this, and I played an additional, like, 2 or 3 hours after, like, the video started rendering. I mean it when I say in the video that, like, I barely encountered anything that could be considered, like, crazy humorous in that after rendering 8 hours of gameplay. And obviously that isn't proof that there's no funny stuff in the game. There is funny stuff and pop culture references and stuff in the game. It just, it doesn't make up the whole. And that's one of the things, like, I should have expected this kind of reaction, but there's a lot of people who are just like, oh, you only want Fallout to be serious, it's black and white for you, and just weird stuff like that, when it's like, no, I acknowledge the silly stuff, but something having silly elements doesn't make the whole thing silly. It just doesn't. It was actually...
Yeah, that argument baffles me because it's the complete opposite, where it's like, no, the people saying that a deadpan and serious Fallout couldn't work because it's nothing but comedic bullshit all the time. It's like, no, that's black and white because that's obviously removing any nuance. You're actually applying nuance and saying, you know, no, actually it's a lot darker than that. There is comedy, but it doesn't make up the majority. And then they're accusing you of the one being like, oh, you're seeing everything in absolutes and black and white. And it's like, you're literally doing the opposite of that. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing, like the pushback I've gotten against the video has been kind of insane. But it's like also the stuff I kind of expect. That was a lot of retarded tourists. You haven't even seen the half of it, Crazy Valentine. I saw some of your replies to like the two people yesterday who are claiming that I only see things in black and white or whatever. It's like it's clear these people didn't watch the video because that's not what I say at all. I never said Fallout can't have silly elements. The whole argument was, oh, how silly the originals were is far overblown. The real second Fallout you play, I see. What? Projection on their part? Yeah. Anyways, I'm trying to think of what would be... Maybe I should go with melee. I've also seen people do unarmed runs, and, you know what, maybe I should spec into unarmed to hand-to-hand combat. Because I heard it's really good. That Dean Domino voice line where he complains about tourists is so perfect to describe the Bethesda fans. Yeah, I actually got that from when I was streaming through Dead Money a few months ago, and people in chat were actually, I think I had this reaction too. It's like, oh shit, that is like the perfect line to use. So I made a little clip of it. Do unarmed groin punch run. Clearly Cree can see in color. Goats are not colorblind. Ah. You could join the Sapphic School of Boxing. Don't look up Sapphic, you'll get traumatized. Alright then. Cree doesn't see color. He hates all people equally.
Hate! Hate!
Anyways, I'm trying to decide if these are the stats I want to go with. If I go with unarmed, that's at an 80% skill level, like from the very start of the game, which is actually pretty fucking good. Although, if I go with melee, that's 70. You know what? I think I will try unarmed, because I know there's a few special perks for like hand-to-hand damage as well. So I think that'd be a good way to go. Be a racist towards mutants while traveling with Marcus. No. If you pick unarmed, get jinxed. I'm not getting jinxed. You should play Brotherhood of Steel game. It isn't made by Bethesda. Yeah, I do plan on playing Tactics and Brotherhood of Steel on stream at one point. I have Tactics on Steam. I need to get either a physical copy of Brotherhood of Steel and an adapter for my PS2. Or I'll have to find an alternate means of playing it. Tactics is pretty good, actually. That is something I've heard a lot, is that Fallout Tactics is apparently pretty good. Like, I've seen mixed things on it before, but more and more I've been seeing people saying, no, Tactics is actually pretty good.
It's okay. There's definitely some stuff in there where it's like, yeah, I don't know if that fits Fallout, but for the most part, there's quite a bit there that's like, yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind if some of this stuff was carried over to other games, other Fallout games.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this build. You should also play 76. You can't refuse it. Well, you know what? If someone wants to do a game bounty to make me play a session of Fallout 76, they can pay for it.
Come in, Chosen One. There are things you must know. The village is dying. The signs are everywhere. Withering crops. Dying Brahmin. Sick children. There is hope, however. A slim hope that few know of. The old discs speak of an item called the Garden of Eden Creation Kit. It is said it can bring life to the wasteland. This will be your quest, if you prove yourself worthy. For that proof, you must first journey to the Temple of Trials. If you survive, come back to me. We will talk more. Our life is in your hands, Chosen One. Prove yourself. Find the Gek. Be our salvation.
Yeah. I also realized we didn't get the War Never Changes cutscene. Because I had to, they play automatically when you start the game. And, yeah. I woke up just in time. Time to punch some fucking ants to death.
Don't worry, little Fallout New Vegas fan. Todd's got enough slop to last you for the rest of your life. Emil, get more of that slop over here. Boy's hungry.
Oh my god, I punched that ant to death when one hit. Punch ant groin cree. Why do you want me to punch him in the... Is that even an option? I can punch him in the abdomen. I can punch him in the metathorax.
Punch him in the coccyx.
He doesn't have one.
Give him one so you can punch it.
I'll punch him in the abdomen. I missed. Thank you, chat. Wow. Why do I keep missing? There's a 74% chance to hit! This giant ant was hit in the abdomen for 5 hit points. What if I do a kick? Gotta kick his head, though. $5 from Catholic Phoenix. Thank you. My baby daughter saw your VTuber model and gave a really big smile. Now she's going to be happy for the rest of the day. Keep up the good work, good sir. Thank you, and I'm glad the model, I guess cartoon character made her happy. That's neat. Average Fallout 2 experience, yeah. Yeah, I forgot to end combat there. Goofiest replayable game start ever made. Yeah, it's super goofy. So,
we need to get the collab thing working, so whenever we're just doing like calls like this where I'm just in the call with you, I can just be like there.
Well, I did the VTube collab thing on one of the Demonologist streams with Mama Akko, Lumi, and Mizu. And I think I kind of figured out how it worked there. So we can set that up or do that at some point. I've just been slacking on it. It's 2025. All creatures can have groins, you bigot. My bad. Sadly, I can only play Fallout 4 and 76 since I don't have PC and playing it on PS4. Are you able to get a copy of New Vegas? Kree, use bare fists. It's better than unarmed weapons until you get power fist. So, like the steel knuckles and stuff, actually that's 7 Days to Die. The brass knuckles, are no good. Hello, Kretosis. How are doing, going solo? How are doing? How dare? How dare? I mean, I know it's still like the tutorial dungeon, but I am really enjoying the unarmed combat with killing these enemies so quickly. Do a flip. How can you do a flip? There's no way to flip in the game. Membership message from Thief for 28 months. Thank you. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Cook the Fiend? No, I thought not. It's not a story that Todd would tell you. It's an Obsidian legend. Darth Cook was a dark fiend of a dick. Holy shit, man. REEEE, I got poisoned. Tutorial dungeon isn't even that bad. Infinitely better than 3 and 4's intros. Yeah, honestly, like, before the first time I played Fallout 2, I had heard how bad the starting dungeon was. And then when I actually got around to playing it, and keep in mind, the first time I played this game was after Fallout 4, I was just like, this isn't that bad. Like, I understand why some people would find it annoying, but at the same time, it's really not that bad. For something only put in because of executive strong-arming, it still does an alright job. Yeah. I'd still prefer if the game didn't have it, but it's not... It's not as annoying as what Fallout 3 or 4 does, or even Skyrim. $5 from Richard Cardamone. Thank you. Hello, Goat and Rat. I'm here to ask if you've read the JFK files. I haven't kept up with such a streams, so I don't know what he thinks. I haven't had the time, but the general takeaway I've seen is everyone's theories about the CIA being involved were right. How true that is, I don't know. That's just what I've been seeing people say.
Basically, from what I can tell and from what I've seen, yeah, basically everything that people already kind of like speculated has pretty much all been confirmed true, and no one is surprised at all. Basically, we didn't learn anything we didn't already know.
Yeah. It's almost kind of, it almost kind of feels like nothing has really changed in the sense of like, yeah, everyone just had their theories confirmed, and these are theories people have had for so long at this point that there seems to be very little actual outrage about it. Because it's like, yeah, we all fucking knew.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. It's literally one of those things where it's like, we've known for so long that, you know, people can't even muster like faux outrage of it, because it's just like, yeah, we already knew this shit. We knew this for years.
Remember in House of the Dragon when the king was like, who told you that her children were bastards? And the one kid was just like, look at them, it's obvious. That's almost kind of what it's like. It's like, yeah, everyone just knows. It's like the least shocking thing that they could have said.
Yep. And the most annoying part is nothing will come of it. Nothing will change. The CIA will still could be allowed to exist and continue doing its dumb shit. Even though everyone there should be, you know, tried for treason.
Honestly, most of the people involved in the assassination are probably either dead or, like, retired now. Like, on death's door. $2 from Richard Cardamone. Thank you. Rest in peace, George Foreman. Did he die recently, or... I thought... Didn't he pass away, like, years ago?
I'm pretty sure he passed away years ago.
Yeah. Because I thought I heard something to that effect, like, forever ago. And hearing it here is like, wait, what do you mean? The voice actor for Sergeant Dornan died recently. Yeah, he did. That's unfortunate. No, he died today. Yesterday. Really? Weird. I thought he died years ago.
Yeah, I swear I remember hearing that he died years ago. Huh. Here you go, Veronica. I have 20 rad scorpion tails for you to carry now.
Oh boy. Delicious anti-venom. Hi, Kretosis. How are you doing today, femboy? I am not. You need to stop. I'll be honest, my day was a tiny bit fucked up. Not that anything bad happened, but like... So I worked nights last night. 12-hour shift. I get off this morning. Guess what? I have a dentist appointment at 11 o'clock. So I can't really go to sleep, because if I go to sleep, I'm going to stay asleep and miss my dentist appointment. So I go and get my hair cut. And I go to my dentist appointment and I get a filling. By the way, the freezing didn't fully work.
Ooh.
Like, it was mostly fine, but some of when they were drilling, I was feeling like sharp but brief pains, like shooting down. It was like, oh my god, that's horrible. But I got through it. I survived. Yeah. Take care of your teeth, people. Yeah, by the time I finally, because I got home, but keep in mind, I didn't eat anything since, like, around 2 a.m. I had nothing to eat from then all the way until about noon. So it's like, fuck, I need to eat something. So I bought half a sub from Subway. And I didn't want to eat it with my mouth frozen. So I waited until it started to dissipate a bit, and then I carefully ate it. And I say that because, like, I was terrified of biting my tongue. And, I finished it off, and then I went to bed at... Fuck, I think that was like 2 o'clock, 2:30. And then I woke up, a couple hours ago. I got March Madness on one screen and Kritosis on the other. Ideal night. What's March Madness? Kree, when are you playing Best Elder Scrolls, Best Game, Elder Scrolls Adventure Redguard? I actually bought that on the sale. I bought Redguard and Battlespire on the Steam Spring Sale. $5 from Will Over Heels Enterprises. Thank you. If you were to pick a vault that would form a faction similar to the Boomers, what vault number would you pick? I don't know, because, like, at that point you're just picking numbers. You know?
Which one is the Gary vault? We'll just make a community of Garys.
The Republic of Gary.
Yeah.
That doesn't even work because Republic of Dave exists. Fuck you, Bethesda. The new Gary Republic. Excited that Ardenfall is set to release this year. Morrowind plus New Vegas inspired. Yeah, I think. I remember seeing something about that a while ago, but I don't remember what. Murder Lore Hunter. Why would I do that? Stop the gatekeep free. What you get on the Subway Sammy. So I don't want to start another discussion where Pagan in chat bullies the shit out of me for my taste. But on my Subway sandwich, I got a ham sandwich, double meat, double cheese, a little bit of pickles, and a lot of mustard. It was very good.
Well, I got nothing to say about that. That's fairly normal, so.
Okay. $10 from Richard Cardamone. Thank you. Hearing people passing on always makes me yearn for more medical advances in cybernetics life extensions, even if it's expensive. I'd rather that than their unknowable oblivion. Probably a hot take. No, I get you on that. Honestly. The idea of having, like, a fucking cybernetic body is pretty fucking cool. And, yeah, I'd probably, like, get upgrades if they existed. Yeah, I don't know. Hearing people pass away always, I shouldn't say always. When it's a bad person, it's like, whatever. But always makes me, sad to hear when stuff like that happens. Like, you know, you got the news on, and it's like, oh, hey, there was a house fire in this place, and 3 people died. It's just like, man, that shit sucks. And I feel really bad for those people that died. At work, we have, like, a memorial board, and, pretty much everyone on it, I don't know. Because, like, a lot of them passed away before I started. And keep in mind, they didn't pass away on the job either. But, it's just, I walk by this board every day I go into work, and I just feel sad for all these people who died. And, especially when you, like, could tell from the dates that they're young. It's like, oh yeah, this guy was 46 when he died. It's like, fuck. That's terrible. But actually, one of them kind of hit me hard when I saw it. So you guys know how, chat usually calls it the Sadness Factory. I think the Misery Factory is more accurate for my job. Kree's job had Soviet casualty rate. People did not die in the factory. These are people who died from other things. But anyways, because the machines are so shit, we have to call the mechanics a lot. And we had a mechanic there. And he was a good guy. Always, like, friendly and stuff. And he retired in February of last year. And then, was it February? No, it was, either way, he retired last year, fairly early in the year. And I walked by the memorial board one day a couple months ago, and I see his picture there. And, man, it just sucks to know that, you know, he's a good guy, and he passed it. He didn't even get to have a full year of retirement.
Jeez. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, this is a sudden shift of topic, but just reading a comment in chat. Read Lore Hunter's MLP Halo fic. I think I'm good. No offense to Lore Hunter, but I think I'm good. Play Fallout 3 or fistfight Todd Howard. Is this like choose one or the other? I'd play Fallout 3, I guess. Do it, Kretosis. No, you can't make me. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. From the moment I realized the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. Yeah, pretty much. Would you consider playing Fallout 4 America Rising? I have no idea what that is. Obviously it's a mod, but, like, I don't know what the mod is. Gotta kick the shit out of this guy. Ah! Forgot to turn the alarm off. I set an alarm for like 10:30 and 11:40 to wake me up in case I slept that long. Give me my items. That line is from Warhammer 30k, 40k. Yeah, I knew that's from 40k, but I mean, yes. Silence glowing bone man, you'll never be a real glowy. You have no lambency, no radiance. You are a crude mockery of a federal agent. Holy shit. I kind of want to read that with a more like dramatic voice. Silence, glowing bone man. You'll never be a real glowy. You have no lambency, no radiance. You are a crude mockery of a federal agent. You need to read Glowing's MLP Stargate SG-1 story. I think I'm good. I think I'm fine. Thank you.
Congratulations, Chosen One. You have survived the Temple of Trials. Are you ready for your quest? Then take this flask. It is from the Holy Vault 13. Vic, a trader in Klamath, brought it to us. He may know where the vault is. You may also need some of what they call money. Here.
Hi, Femoy Goat. How are you mewing today? Bruh.
You Inwa.
Can we do a minute of silence when we reach Archdornan? Remind me when we get there because that probably won't be happening today. In fact, I could almost guarantee that's not happening today. The talking head screen sure is small. It kind of is, yeah. I don't know how to change that.
I cannot help much. So much has been lost from the long ago. What wisdom do you seek?
Oh boy. A swarm of hungry deathclaws. Last time we were here, you were playing Starfield and wouldn't let us eat you. Shame on you, John Tosis. Wow. I can't believe my real name has been doxed. It is I, John Tosos.
Sounds like jaundice.
Oh no. Y'all, fuck, by the end of the stream, Creel will have gotten through 5 minutes of gameplay. I've gotten through more than 5 minutes of gameplay. Holy shit, it's been 44 minutes already. Read my Pagan X Cretosis fanfic, out now on Rule 34. Bruh.
Mods, kill this man.
Yeah, kill him with rocks. Mods, shatter every single bone in his body. Squish all of his organs.
Cause him untold agony.
Pull his intestines out through his mouth. Have you seen the Fallout 76 playable ghoul update? I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it. Kree, you can use rocket unarmed if you want to in this game. But is that better than just hand-to-hand?
Klamath is to the east. I cannot help much. It is a holy artifact. The Garden of Eden creation kit.
God, this looks so wrong.
Promise it will
What?
make our lands green and our village
Okay, so you know,
it will save us.
if you do the
Or
tutorial quest for Sunny, and it spawns all those bloatflies at the graveyard in
Yeah.
Good Springs. I killed them, and then like that was a while back. But instead of despawning, all of the corpses are have like spawned in front of the saloon, and they're like glitching out, and it just looks so fucking weird. Hold on.
Organized long videos versus rip his organs out through his mouth. The duality of Kretosis. Yes. Hey Kree, have you played Kingdom Come Deliverance? No, I haven't, but I do have the first one on Steam. I guess the image is... There it is.
Look at this fucking bullshit.
Yeah, Chad, it's not just like the bloatflies chunk, like chunks just sitting there. They're floating a few inches off the ground with part of the model stretching into the ground. Like what? What do you mean? Did either of you hear about Yusuke banging Oda Nobunaga's sister in Assassin's Creed Shadows? Apparently he also helps him commit Canadian healthcare too.
Yep.
I've heard quite a few things about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Apparently they have a canon mode that takes away what few choices you have. And the female ninja you can play, she's a lesbian. And I don't know what the canon one for Yusuke is, but apparently he's got a possible gay relationship, I think.
Yep.
And he can... I think there's 2 non-binary relationships he can be in.
Yep.
It's like, bruh, what the fuck?
Yep. Keep in mind, real characters or like real people from history, by the way.
I don't know if the female ninja is that you play.
No, not the female ninja, but I mean like
yeah, Nobunaga
Oda and his sister,
yeah,
who was a married woman.
And well, Yusuke was apparently a real person. He definitely wasn't a samurai.
Yeah. But it's just so fucked up because it's like either... did you see the watermelon thing as well?
Oh no. Oh, is this just the clip of like the really bad voice acting?
No.
Oh, no.
All of the voice acting is really bad, but there's these farmers who you walk into the village and they're wearing like watermelon helmets and shit, and they're like painted green and they're fucking crazy, and they ask you like which do you prefer, like watermelon or this other thing that's clearly bad. And if you say watermelon, your character is like, I prefer watermelon. It's crisp and refreshing and shit like that. And it's like, bruh, it's like, if this was a normal character from that era, that fit in with that region, it would just be, okay, this is weird and silly. But like the main character you play as is black. Like there's no way, like either you fucking idiots ham-fisted this like whole playing as Yasuke thing in at the last minute, or you actually intended for this to always be this way and you're so out of touch that you just didn't fucking care. And there's a bunch of shit like this too. It's not just this one thing of like, they make the black guy talk about watermelon and have these people running around in watermelon outfits. There's the whole Oda thing is fucked. Like he fucks his married sister and then kills him, and it's like, oh yeah, that doesn't look good.
Yeah. Do they also offer him some fucking purple drink?
God, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a mission later where you have to drink some sort of elixir and it's literally fucking purple.
Find Vic in Klamath. We are counting on you.
Ignore the screen glitching, chat. It's just because of, I tabbed out.
Lean.
Lean on what?
Greetings, chosen.
God, I just can't get over the whole thing of like, oh yeah, we finally get an Assassin's Creed game set in Japan. Oh good, we finally get to play as a deadly ninja, right? And then the only character that's like that is the female, and she has like some of the worst voice acting I've ever seen in a video game. Also, the stealth is completely broken, so there's no point in actually playing it like a proper stealth game anyway, so kind of defeats the purpose.
I think the last Assassin's Creed game I played was... I never really got into the series. I played 2 as my first, and I think I got Brotherhood and played a bit of that. For some reason, it's not on my Steam library anymore. I don't know why. But I played Brotherhood, and then I just, didn't stick with the series. So it was, years later I found out that, I think his name was Desmond died. It's like, oh, okay, I guess we're just going through other random people's memories. It's like, why didn't they have a Japanese Assassin's Creed game a lot sooner? Because it's one of the most obvious places to set an Assassin's Creed game that, people would like. They're, a decade and a half late on this.
Yep.
The earth sings with the news of a champion upon the land. Perhaps before you go, you would bestow a kindness? The plants of dark soul have infested my garden again. Many seasons have touched my bones, and I am too frail for the fight which is eternal in nature. I ask that you be my champion. May the gods bless your efforts, chosen. May your aura grace my presence when the earth breathes clean again.
Alright, so I'm gonna wait until I'm healed, because I don't want to waste my fucking meds. What few meds I have right now. People in chat are saying, play Ghost of Tsushima. Maybe at some point. I've heard it's a good game that a lot of people like.
It's a very long game as well.
How long?
There's a lot to do in that game. It is a very, you are going to be committing to a lot if you agree to play that game.
Okay.
I still think you should play it, but it is going to be one of those things where it's don't expect the series, don't expect the game to, be a few episodes long or something. It'll be a very long-running series.
So it'll be like a 23-part long stream or something.
Probably longer than that.
Oh my god. Don't be a sissy, Cree. Punch the gecko in the left nut. Specifically the left one. I will punch the gecko in its testicle. Because of you, chat. Because you asked for it.
What was Ubisoft thinking when they made that watermelon thing? I genuinely think they're just so out of touch that they just don't even like realize what they did.
That is so fucking funny to think about, though. It's like, bro, what do you mean?
It's so crazy. It's just like, because the thing is, apparently, like what they were doing is like a real thing that they did in Japan, where like they would like make helmets and stuff out of watermelon for like a festival or something.
No.
And they just wanted to put it in the game, and it's like, okay, that would be fine if our character was a normal character. We're playing as Yasuke. It doesn't really work when you're playing that specific character who you forced in, by the way, did not have to be that character. Could have been just anybody, you know, and you chose that character specifically to be one of the two main characters. And it's like, yeah, that's really out of touch. You really should have thought that through a bit more and probably cut that.
If you like RTS, you should try StarCraft 1 and 2. Both are free on Battle.net except for Remastered. I'm not super into RTS, but I do like the original Warcraft games. Never played the first one, but 2 and 3 I liked. I should play it at some point, yeah. Yeah. Cree, twist the gecko nuts. Chad is obsessed with crotch destruction today. But I wanted you to punch the middle testicle. Bruh. So you can punch geckos in the balls. Fallout has always been funny. Let's see. Oh god. I don't even think I can read that one, Frank. Oh my god. I just joined. Anything could happen. I've been punching ants, scorpions, and plants to death.
You return the spirit of the dweller to the world and bring a smile to the soul of an old man in passing. For this, I give you powders of healing. Remember, they fog the mind as they cleanse the body. And also will I mix the Brock flower with the Xander root together whenever you bring both to me. May your pathways be true and your heart follow suit.
Should I join the Discord server? That's an interesting question. Should anyone join the Discord server? Okay, chat. I'm gonna go to this gecko right here. I'm gonna save first in case it's stronger than I'm expecting. And, because you wanted it so badly, I will punch it in the testicle. How the fuck am I out of range? I'm right next to it. The head, the body, the groin. This gecko is just minding its own business. It isn't even hostile. And here I am just going to be like, punch to the groin. The gecko was critically hit in the groin for 6 points. The pain is too much for him and he collapses like a rag. Are you happy, chat? Are you not entertained? Yes, do it. Become the Dom. What the fuck? That gecko is still on the fucking ground. Like 2 turns later. Holy shit, it actually fucking knocked him out. Gecko is hit for 4 points and killed.
I like to imagine it's just curled up in the fetal position, holding its nuts like. It's like the Family Guy knee skit, except it's his balls. Ah! Ah!
It happened again. Wait. Combat ended with him. Even though he's still, like, there. He's still alive. I just knocked him out. I tried to get closer to properly attack him. And then when my turn ended, it's like, yeah, combat is over. Bruh.
You smashed his nuts so bad he just gave up.
I didn't even want to fight you. Just leave, please. $5 from Richard Cardamone. Thank you. Thoughts on Wanamingos? I think they're cool, underrated, and the 76 redesign sucks. So I've seen the 76 redesign of the floater. And those are fucking awful. The fucking 76 redesign of the Wanamangos? Or Wanamingos?
I'm curious.
I'm morbidly curious.
Let me see here. Fallout 76.
I'm looking it up too.
Wanamingo.
Bro, what?
I'm sorry, what?
Why do they look like that?
Yeah, that's fucking dog shit. That's not even the same creature.
It's like vaguely kind of sort of maybe similar-ish looking, but not really. Like what? Why?
Yeah.
It's not as bad as the floater, but like what the fuck, man? Why? Why did you do You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to put this out in the world, but you did. I hate it.
Yeah, I fucking hate that. I really don't like the way that looks.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
Honestly, I would have preferred it if they had literally just reused the angler from Fallout 4.
Yeah. Actually, I should probably check the geckos to see. Yeah, for some reason the geckos just never drop their hides from me, which, like, you can loot from other people, from trappers and stuff. But I haven't been able to get any from them. Or, from ones I've killed. Cree abused gecko testicles. You asked me to, chat. This is entirely your fault. One thing I do have to give Fallout 3 credit for is that they made super mutants look threatening, and then they retconned it in 4 and 76. Like, why? Yeah, I don't hate the overall design of the super mutants in Fallout 3. And then in Fallout 4, it's just a straight downgrade.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't mind how they looked in Fallout 3. The main thing was literally just that, oh, they're literally just dumb orcs now, and they're on the West Coast when they shouldn't be. Or East Coast when they shouldn't be.
Yeah. And this is something I'm thinking about more and more. And like it's always kind of been a problem for me, but it's definitely something I've been noticing more that just stands out to me as being a problem. And that is with Fallout 4's general aesthetic, where it really feels like Bethesda is trying to bury the original Fallout aesthetic and even the Fallout 3 aesthetic, and just building this entirely new one that I just really don't like and doesn't fit in with what was there originally. And
Yeah,
I feel
that's
this is
been my feeling as well for a very long time.
I feel this is particularly true with the Fallout show, because now you have this issue of Vault 4 and Vault 33 existing on the West Coast with the Fallout 4 design, but Vault 13, Vault 15, and whatever number the Necropolis Vault was, and Vault 8, Vault City, are all the original Fallout 1 and 2 designs. So now you have this, like, weird fucking disparity between, vault designs that just doesn't make any sense. It's not like they progressed in their design, of vault doors over time. It's that, no, they're just using the Fallout 4 aesthetic where it doesn't make sense to.
Yeah, and I always felt like the Fallout 4 aesthetic exists as like, well, it's kind of like what you said, where they're trying to create this like new identity for the series, and it feels more like they're trying to make a more almost silly, almost cartoony looking series now out of Fallout.
Yeah.
And I don't really care for it.
Yeah. Just saying, Kree, should have gotten the community patch just for widescreen support. I've got one thing installed on Fallout 2, and that's SFall, so I can press shift to highlight containers and items. Because that's, like, the one thing I really wanted, because it's super actually useful. $5 from Defunct, thank you! I just pretend everything that isn't 1-2 New Vegas doesn't exist. Bethesda Fallout is no different than Tactics and Brotherhood of Steel to me. Yeah, and unfortunately that's kind of the way you have to, like, treat these things to continue taking them seriously in any way. Because, I like the originals. And New Vegas, obviously. And they just don't work when you take them together. Like, the originals in New Vegas with the newer games. The damage that's been done to the lore just can't be reconciled.
Yeah. I also just don't like some of the redesigns for certain things. Like I think the creatures are generally an upgrade, but things like the power armor, I don't like the way that the power armor looks in that game. Like, it feels good in first person and stuff, but the actual models for the power armor itself looks off.
Yeah, something about them does feel a bit off.
Like, they're almost too bulky, and like the legs are too chunky for the rest of the body, so it kind of loses that like muscular aesthetic that the originals has, and becomes more of like, I don't know. It has like just a weird aesthetic that I don't like, and it's hard to like exactly say what the problem is.
It's probably because it's almost on every level of the world design that the problem exists, because if you take a look at the originals, New Vegas, and even Fallout 3, there's a general design to, like... Hold on, let me just get it to daytime here. Until morning. Like, if you look at all these buildings, they're like pre-war buildings. They've got... I'm not sure what the exact architecture style is, but they've got like these kind of designs in the side with the pillars and stuff, and I know Fallout 3 has the more gothic design with all the statues and the faces and things. Even this has... You see a render of the oil rig in one of the loading screens, and it's got, like, the big faces on the side. It's like, that's a really cool fucking style, and it fits in perfectly with the kind of world that's being built here. Whereas Fallout 4 has all these, like, super colorful, modern sci-fi looking buildings. It just looks so out of place in this franchise.
Yeah, I agree. They like got rid of the like gothic architecture in favor of like I said, it's very cartoony, and I just don't like it. It just doesn't look like it belongs.
$5 from Defunct, thank you. I feel this way about all modern installments of classic franchises, even good ones, glorified fanfiction. I'm not sure what to say about, like, the good ones, because that's... I don't know what you mean exactly there, like, in what way. But I definitely get what you mean, broadly. Fallout 4 onwards made everything too round. Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that too. There is like a lot of weird, like almost bubbly geometry to everything that I don't really care for. It lost a lot of grittiness, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Because Fallout 1, 2, and New Vegas, and even 3 have a lot of like grit to it. And it just kind of... Yeah, it's just like one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, it's that aesthetic, you know. It's just like it's the Fallout aesthetic, and then when you move away from that, it's like, oh, it feels like you're just moving away from Fallout in general.
Yeah, to the point where, like, if you show completely out of context screenshots from 4 and 76, like, how to explain this? Imagine we lived in a world where Fallout 4 and 76 don't exist, or in fact, let's just imagine it's 2014 and those games don't exist yet. Imagine telling any fan of Fallout, hey, look, this is a screenshot of Boston in Fallout 4. This is what it looks like. And, like, the reaction people would give to that, where it's like, that doesn't look like Fallout at all. What do you mean? That's from a Fallout game. Like, this looks like it's from some... I don't want to say mod, in, like, a derogatory sense where... like, modders can't do good quality, but... It looks like official, but like a mod, because it's so well done in terms of, like, quality of the model, I suppose, but like a mod because it doesn't fit in with what's there, and that sometimes happens with mods, of course. I did a terrible job of explaining that.
I know there was a little bit of that when the first like bits of Fallout 4 were being released to the public, there were definitely some people being like, this doesn't look very Fallout like why does it look like that? But
Yeah.
that was also back during the time where there was a lot more like fanboys and people coping that the series hadn't actually declined yet and everything, because oh, they'd only made one game, give them a chance, that sort of thing was still very prevalent. And so you didn't see it a whole lot, but there was at least a few people that did say that, and I agree with them.
Yeah.
That it does look weird.
And it does. It really does. It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
A consistent artistic style is very important to like maintaining a franchise or a series. And it can make sense if there's like wild differences in terms of the way technology looks. If the explanation is something to the effect of, oh hey, a lot of this older technology is bigger and bulkier, but still used because this is like a poor area of the universe, so of course they'd be using older equipment. Well, everything looks more sleek and new. That makes sense. But stuff like that should be like everything to do with the Institute is not Fallout. It's too sleek and clean and way too fucking sci-fi advanced high tech to properly fit in Fallout.
It feels very out of place, especially when you consider like places like Old World Blues exist, like with Big Mountain.
Yeah.
And that has a lot of like advanced scientific tech that didn't even get released because it was so prototype and advanced that, the war basically prevented all that stuff from like becoming commonplace.
Yeah.
And even it doesn't look as like weirdly sci-fi as the Institute does.
Yeah.
The Institute actually feels like a fucking like space ship or something that's just smack dab in the middle of a Fallout game, like from a different franchise.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say. It feels like it's from a different franchise entirely. In fact, I think I told you, I can't remember if I explained this story on stream, but like back in 2015 or early 2016, I was watching a Pyrocynical video, and he was talking about some drama or something, I don't even remember. But his background footage was generic gameplay without the UI, and he was exploring this like scientific space sci-fi looking place, and I didn't know what game it was from. And it was only after I got to the Institute in my own playthrough, my original playthrough of Fallout 4, did I realize that that place was the Institute in Fallout 4 in his video. Because it looked so far from anything Fallout that it didn't even register in my mind as being Fallout.
Yeah.
Just very quickly here, $2 from Richard Cardamone, thank you. Missed my previous super chat. Alright. I'm not trying to be rude here. I do genuinely appreciate the support, but I didn't miss it. I haven't had the time to get it yet, because we were talking about the subject. I'm not gonna interrupt the discussion we're in the middle of to grab a super chat unless it's immediately relevant. But I am going to get it.
I just imagine, like, to me, like, you just went through that whole thing explaining that, and all I heard in my mind was, duly noted and ignored.
What's that from?
I think it's from that fucking Beast Wars show.
But anyways, $5 from Richard Cardamone, thank you. We're trying to make power armor look like knockoff Space Marine armor. I think that's what's off about it. That
kind of, but at the same time, I feel like Space Marine armor from like Warhammer is actually closer to the originals than what Fallout 4 did. Fallout
Well-
4 feels very like it's way bulkier in Fallout 4, like to the point where, like I said, it kind of loses its
cool factor.
silhouette. You know what I mean? Like the outline, the silhouette that you would get from the power armor in the previous games, it loses that in that game, where it just feels a lot more generic and just bulky suit of armor.
Yeah. Just a chat here in, well, chat. All right, I am warning you with peace and love. There will be no more super chats. Peace and love, peace and love. Are you stealing that bit from Vinny? Because Vinny Vinesauce, at some of his streams, he'll do like an imitation Beatles voice. And he just says funny shit like, I will kill you with peace and love. I will break your legs with peace and love. Just like horrifically violent things. But also, I am doing this with peace and love. £5 from Thief. Thank you. You will not drop everything from me, the super chatter. I will be informing your boss, Raging Bull, that you didn't say to like and subscribe. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not trying to be rude when I say stuff like that. Like, genuinely, I do really appreciate the support. It does mean a lot. But also, at the same time, there's two parts to it. I don't want people going, hey, Mr. Super Chat, like, only a minute or two after it came in. When, like, obviously, we're in the middle of a discussion. I can't, like, put a halt on a discussion we're having to grab a Super Chat. I do always try to get Super Chats, and sometimes I do miss them, and I do appreciate being informed when I do genuinely miss them, if time has gone by. But if it's still like super recent, then But also, the other part of it is I don't want people wasting their money to say, hey, you missed a super chat, when it's still like something I'm gonna grab. Like I still know it's there, because at that point, it almost feels like it's wasting your money. At least to me. If you think it's a good spending of your money, then that's your decision and everything, right? But for me, the way I see it is, you sent $2 or however much money that you didn't have to. That's now no longer in your pocket. He never thanked me for the 5 gifts. I didn't complain. I am terribly sorry about that. I did see that when it came in, and I forget what we were even talking about. It was probably Yusuke or whatever. Yes, thank you, Darkington, for the 5 gifted memberships. I do really appreciate that. And $100 from Hand of Themis. Thank you. Oh my god. Wow, I can't believe you missed this message. Just wow. The ironic thing is, I almost did kind of not actually miss his super chat, but it almost scrolled off screen for me because I was taking so long to talk about everything else. But yeah, I do appreciate it. How much to pay you?
When you mentioned the thing about how we were like in the middle of a discussion, that's why we didn't get to it. I just imagine like the fucking, okay, Rat, shut the fuck up, like right in the middle of whatever we're talking about. It's like, Rat, shut the fuck up. A super chat came in.
Silence, Rat boy. I need to read the super chat.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just go through all of them quickly just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Mecha Canel Numbariaro. Welcome to Goat Mage membership. That one I did miss. Got those. I got the gifted membership now that I saw Darkington mention it in chat. Okay, I think I got everything. I am sorry for missing the membership thing, but that reminds me, I think I still have 5 free gifted memberships to give out. You have 10 memberships left to give this month. Really? I thought I gave some already. Oh well, here's 5 anyways, because they're free. Why does Creed do such a good Alan impression? What the hell? See, I've never actually listened to my own Alan impression, so I don't know how close it actually is. I know I fuck it up sometimes. It is hard to do.
It helps that we've been doing it almost nonstop for like the past 2 years.
It hasn't been that long. It's been like a year. It's been about a year, I think.
Yeah, okay, fair. It's been about a year. Still, it's a lot of time to just be doing it all the time. And it's like, yeah, it's
you know,
we've been doing it a lot.
You know which one I do want to get good at?
I know exactly what you're...
Nope. No. I'm trying to build myself up to it to make sure I can do it properly.
I still think I know who it is.
I think you do. I see you brought your albino to this fight.
Yeah, exactly. I knew it. That's exactly what I knew. I was about to do my own, and you were like, no. And I was like, no, I think it is exactly. Yeah, exactly. Hello there, Billy Quiz Boy. Today.
I will have my revenge on you for outbidding me on eBay. I will have you eat $1 worth in pennies, the exact amount you outbid me.
Just eat the pennies. If I had known that we were going to be bringing our albinos, I would have brought mine. Face my wrath, Billy Quiz Boy.
Oh my god.
God, I fucking love that show. It's so good. That's actually one of those shows where it's like, even though we finished it, I kind of want to watch it again.
Yeah. I was actually gonna ask Setch if he wants to watch through it. If he does,
oh my god, yes.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. If we watch that again, I want to watch it again. It is so fucking good.
Don't worry, chat. Korea's 13 years before the auto game over. Yeah, we're not gonna have a Fallout 1 situation. Actually, we might. $5 from Richard Cardamone. Thank you. One more thing. Are on good terms with Enclave Emily. I don't think I've seen her on your streams since the N-word incident. Yeah, we're still on good terms. I just talked to her today, actually. She liked the video. And she's been sick for the past couple weeks.
Chirp.
Dude, I don't know why, but like the various Venture Bros characters just saying chirp at the end of like the credits is so fucking funny. Like way funnier than it has any right to be. I think the first time we did notice it was Augusta St. Clair going chirp.
Yeah, chirp. Spanakopita.
You kicked her out for not saying the N-word? No, that's not quite what happened.
God, I like how... God, we talked about it before the stream started, but that fucking... that scene from that Spanakopita episode where they're tied up and the fucking sun's coming up and he's like, hurry Billy, hurry, the sun is coming, oh my god. And it's like, so what, it's just the sun. And then like the second it touches his skin, like barely for a second touches his skin, and he just, his entire face just bursts into fucking flames and Billy has to grab him and drag him into the shadows.
And again, I know I mentioned it earlier, but what makes it so much more fucking funny is they don't linger on it. It's one of those blink and you miss it moments where it's like, yeah, he catches on fire for like a second or two before the frame switches to something else. So that just makes it even funnier. That just for such a brief moment, like the sun just touches him and he bursts into fucking flames.
God, I keep thinking about the movie as well. That scene where they go into the basement to confront the fucking helper heads, and
Yeah,
fucking Monarch just gets pulled from the group and just starts getting stretched in the fucking vibration of him just getting like almost torn apart, and then everyone just starts getting dragged into the room and bleeding from their eyes, and it's so fucking good.
that moment where like the Monarch suit actually tears away from his body, like he's ejected from it, is so fucking funny.
Oh my god, it was so fucking good. Oh, that scene fucking killed me, dude. I'm so glad we had to rewatch it when it was over. I was like, we have to watch that again.
Yeah.
That fucking scene in particular, it was just so good.
Yeah. Are we talking about Venture Bros? Yes, we are.
Yes.
Anyways, I'm playing a video game, aren't I?
Not anymore. Not anymore, Goat Man.
I was trying to think of something to say in that voice too, you bastard bitch.
You will sell your entire YouTube channel to me for 1 penny.
Gotta have to pixel hunt to try and take this stupid sledgehammer. Give it to me. I want it.
I like how they made him particularly pathetic for that one episode where the Monarch is like
Mentoring him?
mentoring him, and he's just like before he actually had some level of like menacingness to him, and then in that episode he's literally saying shit like, "Oh, I fell on my bum bum." Shit like that. It's like, what the fuck? And even the Monarch has to be like, "Can you please not say it like that?" Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That makes it so much more... Like, the general attitude and everything of the characters is part of what makes it so funny, because I think what works about it so well is that, like, a lot of it is just, like, real people giving real reactions to, like, stupid superhero shit in a way, in, like, a really funny way. Where, like, here's the Monarch with his, like, crazy devious plans, and then Dr. Venture's just like, this guy has been a fucking annoyance for my entire life. He won't leave me the fuck alone. Even though it's, like, actual peril a lot of times.
Yeah.
One thing I was thinking about a bit more is, it's kind of disappointing that they, just kind of stopped really doing anything with Phantom Limb. In the sense that, like, he stopped being his own character and he just became, like, guy that's part of the guild again.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It was kind of disappointing how, yeah, like you said, he basically just becomes like the guild. Like, there's nothing more to him than that, unfortunately, after a while.
Because there was that interesting, like, arc that was going on where he was, kind of crazy. He had the shoe and the mug and, the toaster that would, like... this was his team.
Yeah.
And then, he creates the, Revenge Society with Baron Underbite. And then after the special with Gargantua too, he's just I am guild person. Like he doesn't even really care about the monarch or Dr. Girlfriend anymore.
Yeah.
How much money do I have? Can I fucking buy Soluk yet?
I kind of, yeah, I did notice that too. After the special, it kind of feels like a lot of the characters just kind of fade into the background because we barely get anything with Dr. Impossible anymore after that as well. And it's like I kind of wanted to see more of where that was going because it actually felt like the arc was still continuing from there because what's her name? You know, it's like she just lost Jonas.
Yeah.
And she's like inviting him back, like in a way that she's still like, we're not getting back together, but I am going to save you, sort of thing. And it feels like that's going to go somewhere. And then it's completely dropped. And I get that, it's like they don't really have a lot of time to focus on that because the show is basically coming to an end and like the most they got after that was, besides like that one season, was the movie.
Yeah.
But still, it's like it's just weird. It feels like a lot of stuff gets put on the back burner and never picked up again, which sucks. Which is part of why I wanted another season, because then we could have gotten more like resolutions and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, even with everything I'm willing to part with, I can't get enough for the fucking leather armor. Wah.
My pee-pee cancer.
I love how they actually turned that guy into fucking Red Hulk too.
Yeah.
Like
after they made the whole joke and everything of like he thinks he's the Hulk, and then at the end of that episode he's like, of course I don't think I'm the Hulk. Like, that's fucking stupid. Like, I'm just playing along because they think I'm an idiot and they think I'm gonna actually believe that shit. and then the special comes around and he actually gets turned into the Red Hulk because he shot himself into space and got like hit with gamma rays.
It's entirely coincidental timing on our part, but we happened to watch that just after I watched Captain America Civil War for Metals Forge.
Yep.
$50 for Hand of Themis. Thank you. Pink red background dono for a pink name. I cast the degenerate role upon Forsaken. Pagan. Wait, you're in a game too, aren't you?
Oh, I could do it.
Do it. The gauntlet has been thrown.
Let's see here.
You mean Brave New World? Yes, Brave New World. I said Civil War, didn't I? My bad. Yeah, Brave New World, or yeah, that's what it's called.
Where the hell did you go?
You trying to find him in the server?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed your video on Fallout Was Never Serious. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. Don't hear any tribal music in Bethesda Fallout. Well, you don't really have tribals in Bethesda Fallout, do you? I think that's a major failing of Bethesda's world building, too, is... Oh yeah, the nukes happened and everyone just stayed relatively civilized. We have, like, yeah, there's raiders, but we also have towns where people live, and there's no like tribes of people that are like reduced to the Stone Age, even though that's the entire point of the post-apocalypse setting.
What can we and I do you for? Never heard of it. But Maid has been keeping us busy.
By the way, you know the companion Silik, right? In Fallout 2?
There you are.
The rat is focused.
Degenerate role placed.
Boss, pay off and go find sis. What can we and I do you for?
All right, what'd you say?
You know the companion Silik in Fallout 2, the tribal guy?
Yes.
Someone commented on the video, the first companion you get in Fallout 2 is a tribal who talks to a bone in his nose. As if, like, yeah, this is an example of something silly. No, you're wrong. You're wrong in your video saying it wasn't silly. Like, yeah, I could see why someone might view that as silly, but when you take in context of he's a fucking tribal, this makes sense in the world, in the context of the universe, it's like, yeah, it's just, again, it's just world building. It's just the way some people would be in this setting. It makes sense. It's so weird to me. I don't look at this character, or even the way he talks, and think, haha, what a funny, goofy, silly character. This game isn't serious at all. I think, yes, this makes sense given the world building and what has happened in this setting.
Yeah, and you know, my thing is, this feels very recent, this whole idea that the series was always goofy, because I feel like Bethesda fanboys and stuff have always kind of had this idea that this, you know, the series was always serious and kind of melancholy. And for the longest time, they tried to argue that Bethesda Fallout was just as serious as the originals, and that people calling them out as being like goofier and sillier are just, they just don't understand Bethesda's writing. And it's only recently that they've like pivoted and tried to change it to, well, actually, all of Fallout has always been silly.
It's definitely...
Now that they can't really make the, now that they can't really use the whole argument of, well, you just don't understand.
Yeah.
Bethesda was all like, it's just as serious as the previous ones, because they know they can't get away with that anymore.
I have seen this kind of argument for a couple years now, but it's definitely gotten a lot more prevalent recently, especially since the Fallout show came out. Because I remember that was one of the things early on with that show. I still have the screenshots of a bunch of people on Twitter saying that those exact things. Fallout was never serious. There's never been a serious story told in Fallout. Blah 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 blah. It's like, where are these people coming from that believe this shit? And it's really hard to pin down where exactly a sentiment is coming from, because a lot of it, like, yeah, there's disingenuous people, there's people who are just regurgitating things they've heard and haven't actually played the games, but there's also like the issue of there's gonna be people absolutely that have played these games and only viewed them as like silly dumb entertainment as opposed to games that are earnestly telling a story and like having world building, where Like, it's kind of the thing we were talking about before the stream, where there's people who are like, oh, look, a talking Deathclaw, it's a talking animal, therefore it's inherently silly and stupid and nonsense, and there's nothing serious to it at all. Even though, like, the entire talking Deathclaw thing is played straight. They're a legitimate, intelligent species in the world that have a right to exist, and they get wiped out by the end. The type of people who still say the games are all just silly and dumb are the same kind of people who will say all games have bad stories and skip all dialogue and cutscenes. Yeah, there's a real problem with people who don't think games should have like well-told stories at all, because it's just meant to be mindless entertainment. There's like, they're the kind of people who seem to think that every game should be like Pac-Man or Tetris or whatever, where it's just pure gameplay and no story. And I really don't get that mindset. It's dark humor, it's always been dark humor, it's what makes it so impactful. That too, there is dark humor, but I think there's a distinct difference between dark humor and silliness. Where, like, dark humor would be, I'm just trying to think of an example. Like, silliness is almost like, oh, hey, there's a clown throwing a pie at someone's face. That is silliness. Whereas dark humor is a joke or a comedic moment that has, like, dark implications or a dark tone to it. It involves dark subject matter, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, between how there's like a difference between the cow reference where, you know, like moo, I say, that's silly.
Yeah.
Compared to, you know, if we take the opening to Fallout 1 with the scene where the Canadian gets executed.
Yeah.
And if we take that as like a comedic moment, that is clearly like very dark comedy, where the humor is completely derived from the fact that, you know, something extremely fucked up is happening, but it's treated so nonchalantly by the people doing it that it comes off as almost comedic.
Yeah. And like stuff like the cow saying moo, I say, or the Monty Python bridge encounter, like stuff like that is absolutely silly, sure. But again, they're Easter eggs, and I really, really don't believe you can't count Easter eggs as an example of, yes, this is what the tone of the franchise is, because by that standard, every franchise becomes like completely fucked due to, I shouldn't say every franchise, but a lot of them, because people like putting in hidden little references and Easter eggs into things. Every franchise would be considered silly as a result. Did you know that Morrowind has 2 Pokemon references to it? So I guess Morrowind is just silly and stupid now. You know? It's total nonsense, and this logic does not hold up when you apply it to anything else. And like, I don't believe it applies to Fallout either, obviously, but it's just something we have to deal with Fallout very often, and I hate it.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know if it has to do with the fact that, like, the Fallout games that I started with, you know, were Fallout 3 and New Vegas, and New Vegas had all that kind of stuff locked behind a perk.
Yeah.
Or a trait, I should say. And because of that, I'm just like, I've always been aware that there was a separation of those things where it's like, yeah, these, you know, the fucking Owen and Biru reference and fucking Nipton and shit like that. It's like, yeah, this obviously is not meant to be indicative of the actual game. It's clearly just meant to be a reference and not actually a part of like the in-universe lore or anything. Like this doesn't actually exist. It's literally just something the devs are throwing in, and the fact that there's like a level of separation makes that very clear.
Yeah.
And so when I look back at the other Fallout, series, and I see these references, I just think that it's just the same thing, except the only difference is they, didn't have the foresight back then to lock it behind a perk or a trait.
Yeah.
They just had it in the game, but it's still obvious that it's not meant to actually be indicative of the lore of the game or anything, or that it's actually real. It's literally just meant to be like, oh, here's a funny reference that, the developers thought was funny, and they wanted to put it in the game as an Easter egg. And it's like, yeah, a lot of games used to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why all of a sudden now it's being treated as if like, oh, well, if it's in the game, it has to be fucking 100% canon and real. And it's like, no, it doesn't.
Let me get through this dialogue really quickly, then I'll respond to that.
Okay.
Got our sis. Don't Vic be having we all made a 300. Yeah, we be giving this to Maida.
Alright. I just paid off Solar's debt so he can be my companion now. Now I have someone to help me fight. I think I could tell you why people do it. Because it's a useful argument to these people to say dumb shit like, to downplay the originals and to defend Bethesda. And I think they believe that, like, other people will believe these arguments. I don't even know if they believe it or not. They might. But it's that kind of thing where maybe if I say that Fallout has always been dumb and stupid, then these people complaining about Bethesda Fallout being dumb and stupid will stop. You know?
Yeah.
And part of the problem, too, is it isn't just Wild Wasteland as you talked about, because, yeah, they hide the goofiest shit behind that. But there's still things that are that at face value might appear silly to people, but if you dive in deep at all, it's actually totally serious. And people will reference those as if it's just like, yeah, it's dumb, silly, goofy bullshit with nothing to it. And the example I used in the video was the Kings, where it's like, what, you think Fallout is serious when it has a group of Elvis impersonators in it? And it's like, what, you mean one of the most sincere and, like, well-done factions in the entire game? Like, side factions, I should say. Where it's like they're an actual group that makes sense within the world. They have lore behind them. They have quests. They're treated seriously. They're not treated like jokes.
Yeah. Their role in the game is actually something that makes sense and, would exist. It's like, yeah, they're basically like the law enforcement in a way of Freeside. They are the ones that control it, and they try to keep some semblance of order and control over it. It's like, yeah, that makes sense.
The Kings are a secular cult. They're dedicated to the idea that Elvis was a cool, nice person to aspire to. They don't even believe in magic or anything, just following his example. Yeah. And, like,
yeah.
That's the kind of thing I would actually really want to see from a Fallout 2. Or, sorry. Yeah, from a Fallout 2. From a Fallout New Vegas 2. Is, like, how did the Kings progress as a faction? Like, legitimately, I would like to see where this faction goes and how they grow. Because if you assume, like, House wins and allows the Kings to live, like, I could see them becoming a significant faction in the New Vegas area. Never once thought the Kings were silly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like, they see that a school of impersonation was made just so that you could imitate being this one guy who was clearly looked up to and revered. And it's like, this guy must have been, you know, someone very special and impressive to get this level of adoration and like you know, idolization, that even after long after his death, people still know who he is to some degree, because he's like that ingrained in pre-war culture that they literally had like a school of impersonation. So clearly this person must be someone worth like embodying or like impersonating, and, you know, trying to live up to his example, basically kind of treating him almost as like a religious figure.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that makes sense when, you know, if you look at it from a post-war civilization aspect, where, yeah, the only thing they have to go off of is, you know, what's there and what they're seeing. And it's like, well, clearly this guy must have done something right to get this level of adoration. So, you know, emulating him will probably give us like the same level of respect and adoration. So we'll do that. And it's like, yeah, it's played completely sincerely, and it's actually really well done. And I also like that they are also like the enforcers of Freeside.
Yeah. Hmm?
The evil laughter and from Scrub after I gave Forsaken the role, the DGen role. Which, by the way, did not know that there was two separate degenerate roles. Had to change the role. Gave him the wrong one.
Yeah, there's two, because I needed to give one to two of the moderators because I wanted them. And the color that your name gets goes by how high it is in the list. I didn't want to give like regular users a role above moderator, because I think that actually would affect their ability to moderate.
Yeah.
Even if it's like totally a cosmetic thing.
Hi, Korean Pagan. Thank you for pink naming Forsaken. Bro had it coming. Sorry to say.
I think the funniest thing is like how pink naming has become almost like a meme punishment on the server now.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it. You will know them by their mark. The reactions in general are pretty amusing.
Yes. Yes. $2.
Bro got the brand of sacrifice.
$2 from What the Sigmar. Thank you. Is the furry RP chat real? I keep hearing about it. No, it is not. It's always funny when someone gets hit in this game with like a melee weapon, and they just slide across the ground, and then you see a blood pool come out of them when they die. Oh shit, I didn't even realize Silic had killed it. Oh boy, I missed. I can't remember if it was like a Mortal Kombat movie or just like a random Kung Fu movie. But you know how there's that one clip of someone like punching someone through the chest and pulling their beating heart out?
Yeah.
I'm imagining when you're fucking crotch punching the geckos, that's just what you're doing to their dicks. To their balls. Pink lives don't matter. Oh my god.
All lives matter, except the pink ones. Imagine it as punching out their stomach plugs, like the first fight in Kung Pao. Oh my god.
It's been ages since I've seen that movie. Like, I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
You cut out for me.
I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since I was a kid either.
The thing I remember most from it, aside from the Matrix parody where he dodges the cow milk being shot at him, is the scene when he's a baby and rolling down the hill, and an old lady happens to see the baby like roll down the hill and stop at the road. She's like, "Oh, so cute," and then she walks the other side of the road and just rolls him down the rest of the hill.
Yeah, I remember that too. I also remember the Gopher Chuck scene.
Yes, yeah. $2 from Cult Wolf. Thank you. I love New Vegas, but no option to create NCR house friend. Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Is House wants to be his own, like, not under control of anyone else, and NCR just wants his territory and everything valuable in it.
Yeah, I understand. Like, I don't think House should have an alliance with the NCR. Like, not to that extent. My thing is that you can't convince him to spare the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Why? Like, everything else makes sense, but this actually just baffles me.
It does feel like it was a choice to make House a less appealing option, because it doesn't feel like there's a good enough reason for it.
Yeah.
Kree, you made my cat puke for not rising against the Golden Order. The fuck is that? Did you not play Elden Ring? I did. The Brotherhood of Steel are uber techno hoarders who don't exactly share well. They'd probably be a huge pain in the long run to House if allowed to live. Maybe? I still don't... I don't know. I feel like some agreement could, like, be made. But also, I suppose I could understand that maybe it wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, when I think about it that way, it does kind of make sense. That's like, yeah, he's going to be developing a lot of advanced tech, and he's going to need to scrounge up a lot of it too to like do what he says he wants to do. And that's kind of like the antithesis of what the Brotherhood allows. And even if he tried to bring them into like on board with him, where basically he is a part of the Brotherhood, they still likely wouldn't look at like him getting all of this stuff and then using it for his own means because they don't know if they could trust him. They probably wouldn't be too keen on him like being able to just acquire all this like really advanced tech and then use it for himself to advance his own goals. That would probably go against like what the Brotherhood believes.
That's another thing about Fallout 4, and I know I mentioned this in my Fallout 4 analysis videos, but it just feels like what the Brotherhood are have been completely like undermined and destroyed by, oh yes, we need to acquire a stockpile of mini nukes to use in our fight, and we need to acquire a stockpile of nukes for Liberty Prime to use in battle. Because that just seems like, you know, the whole point of the Brotherhood is advanced technology in the hands of ignorant people is what led to the nuclear apocalypse. And then by the time of Fallout 4, it's, yes, we're the Brotherhood of Steel and we nuke our enemies. Especially for the fact that they have the same ending as everyone else does. They fucking nuke the Institute. When again, they're technology hoarders. They should want everything inside the Institute. And yeah, fucking disable synth production, of course. But like, them not wanting everything else the Institute does is just insane to me.
I feel like every faction should want the Institute. Like the fact that all of them blow it up at the end is just insane to me. It's like, why? Why?
That's actually the exact argument I made in the analysis video. The Brotherhood should want it because it's full of advanced technology, and research should be useful for them. The Railroad should want it because this is how synths reproduce. This is an entirely new race, and by destroying the one place that makes them, you're condemning an entire race of people from what should be the Railroad's perspective to extinction. Because once the last synth dies, there's no more. And from the Minutemen's perspective, this is an extremely useful fucking high-tech, protected, safe base. This should be our headquarters, and we can use this research to help better the world. There's medicine here. There's technology that, like, research they're doing for growing crops in the world that would be useful to people. And all three of them are just like, nope, blow it up.
Yep. It's completely insane to me. It just doesn't make any sense. They also don't really give the people there a lot of time to evacuate before they blow it the fuck up as well. And it's like, there were some good people in there. It's like, you know, when we are basically given free run of the place by Father, you know, you actually meet some people who don't agree with the Institute, and we kind of just blow them the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with, like, the Railroad should probably want to make sure that they get all of the innocent synths out first, and they kind of just say fuck it and blow them all up anyway. And it's like, bruh, I thought the whole point was we're supposed to be trying to save them, not genociding them.
Yeah, that's kind of the worst part is all of them appear to be, like, super rushing to blow it up as soon as humanly possible when there isn't actually presented a reason why we need to rush. Because you basically storm the place and take it over immediately. Like, yeah there's obviously some synths pushing back, but once they're out of the way, you essentially have control of the place.
Yeah, there's really nothing there to, like, stop you, and no reason to blow it up. They just do it because, oh, well, we need a big explosion for the end of our game so that they can say that line immediately after you beat the game. I could feel the heat, the radiation washing over me. And it's like,
oh, it's so fucking lame, man.
It is lame, and it's so unearned too. It's like, no, fuck off. You don't get this like big, like impactful speech that is completely unearned and feels like disconnected from the rest of the game. Fuck off.
Yeah. Just quickly, $10 from Abdulio. Thank you. Didn't House explain that upon seeing the tech industries, they had basically started attacking him? They have already done it with the NCR, blowing up their gold reserves and starting a war. Who did start the war between the NCR and the Brotherhood?
You know, I don't actually know who started it.
Me when the railroad saves me, just to end up destroying my race's ability to reproduce. Yeah.
Kind of like a Krogan Solarian type relationship. Fight this war for us. Cool, thanks. Now we're going to remove your ability to reproduce. I don't know if that's the best example, considering it was kind of justified.
What's that?
The Krogan Solarian thing where they removed the Krogans, well, not removed completely. They severely lowered their likelihood to reproduce, so that way, because they were basically breeding like rabbits and spreading across the galaxy way too fast. And because they're a super violent species, it kind of was just fucking everything up. So they had to it was basically the best option they had to try and combat how fast they were reproducing. And it kind of only gets reinforced when you go to see their homeworld, and it's just this complete fucking shithole where they do nothing but kill each other all day. It's basically like going to South Africa. And it's yeah, I don't really want these people overly reproducing and spreading around the world.
Oh my god. Why is my
Was the
companion...
planet a shithole before or after the genophage? I'm pretty sure they say that it never really advanced much. It was always a shithole.
Punch Silik in his nose piercing. No. Jesus, Pagan, the Krogan homeworld wasn't that bad.
It was pretty fucking bad.
He means comparing it to South Africa.
Oh. Oh.
Wait, is that all I had to do was kill the scorpions? I thought, didn't a bunch of guys come in here? 2 guys come in here to kill the Brahmin? Maybe they'll appear at 3 a.m. The witching hour. No, I guess not. I was sure.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, it was a shithole before the genophage because they only discovered them after they had their whole like nuclear war with each other. Because basically, as soon as they developed nuclear technology, they immediately blew each other the fuck up. Because, yeah, of course they did. Because they're fucking violent idiots.
Wow. Chad, am I going crazy here? I was sure for Tor's quest to guard the Brahmin, 2 dudes showed up that you had to fight. Before you kill the rat's corpse. I did already, though. No, just scorpions. The bros are there if you want to turn against Tor. I don't even think I had the option, and I remember the first time playing, those guys were there, and I had to help Tor kill them. They hang out to the north before you kill them. Yeah, but there's no one here. They go away when you finish a corpse. Hold on. Chat, the guys are not here. Just burnt down the trees to find them. Like, they would be highlighted if they were here. They are not here. Oh wait, there they are! How the fuck did I not see them?
The goat is blind.
Well.
You need glasses. No. They dropped spiked knuckles too. Someone in chat told me earlier that I shouldn't bother with any like hand-to-hand weapons until I get a power fist. Wait, what? I'm interested in a job. Get the hell out of here. What?
Which way, Western man?
$10 from Abdulio. Thank you. The Brotherhood of Steel tried to impose a policy on the NCR to seize advanced pre-war tech from them. NCR refused, which resulted in confrontation. Brotherhood of Steel couldn't counter NCR's manpower, so they went after their gold. Yeah, that's the thing I remember, is they went after the gold because they couldn't take them on directly. Because they were just outnumbered that bad. Like, even with power armor, they were that much at a disadvantage due to the sheer numbers. How do you miss 2 punches in a row with 95% chance to the dick?
Your character. Hold my beer and let me show you.
No. Dunton was critically hit in the groin for 6 hit points, and without protection, he falls over groaning in agony. I have 3 hit points. It's time to stand here until I'm fully healed. Why bothering with wasting points in the bare fists / melee weapons when it becomes almost useless in the late game, though? Does it become useless? Again, I've heard that hand-to-hand is actually really, really, really good if you, like, fully spec into it, if you go all the way with it. Kree has become the Dom of the Wasteland. What the fuck, man? That's not what this is. Makes the early to mid game easier. Okay. So I can't punch a scorpion in the dick, but I can punch it in the brain. Holy shit. Scorpion was critically hit in the brain for 18 hit points, knocking the poor creature senseless. Scorpion was killed. Eat shit, motherfucker! Imagine. It's not even getting punched in the head. It's getting punched directly in the brain meat. Like, holy shit, that is fucked. Damn it, Solik. You're supposed to wait and let the enemies come to you. So House is right. There would be a constant domestic tea threat that would impede his plans, as they would probably be going after his factories. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I don't like it, but it's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, that's half the point of Fallout, is you're not going to like the outcome of everything, but it's just the way it goes.
And the problem is, I wouldn't even care that much about having to eliminate the Brotherhood for House if it wasn't for the fact that you lose Veronica because of that. And it's like, but they actually managed to make her such a good character that you really feel the whole like, oh, I don't get this character as a companion now. Fuck.
Yeah. But again, it's a good thing they do stuff like that, because that just, it really helps with the whole, building the world, in the sense of, like, yeah, there's gonna be people you might like that, they're gonna be on one side or another. And they're gonna hate you for siding with people who they believe are their enemy. Well, not believe, people who are their enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely saying it as a good thing, because the fact that they managed to make a character
Yeah.
so well done that you actually give a shit, about destroying her faction when you otherwise probably wouldn't care, just because she's such a good character. It's like, that says a lot about, how well they wrote said characters.
I might be calling the stream soon. I'm still pretty tired. It's been 2.5 hours. I forget who said it earlier. It might have been Thief. I don't remember. 5 minutes of gameplay. I've definitely done more than 5 minutes of gameplay. But we also stopped to talk a lot, so I should probably be a bit farther ahead than I actually am. But hey, that's streaming for you. That's games. We like having discussions about things. Your lack of skill has jammed the lock on this door. Wah. I swear to God, there better be something good on that bookshelf in there.
Yeah, if we want to watch anything later,
I don't think I'll be able to do all of them tonight, but there will be time tomorrow to do some of them. We could do one or
Okay.
two today. How about I call it here? I'll pick this door lock off stream, because it's going to be time consuming. And I'll return to Fallout 2 on maybe Sunday, maybe Wednesday, I'm not sure. I will be playing Demonologist tomorrow with Ava, Wolfie, and we lost our fourth, so we'll try to find another fourth. But yeah, thank you for coming out, everyone. It's very much appreciated. There'll obviously be more streams, more videos, more everything. Thank you for all the support, of course. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone. See ya.